Alright, we're here. I don't know where we are. I saved the game a while ago. This is where you got the...
before I get that jetpack.
Yeah. Alright.
So,
to turn the jetpack on, you have... I did add some grain effects. I didn't add extra grain effects, but it's the same effects that I was using last week. It's right C button, which is right stick. Right on the right stick. Turn it on.
Okay, but I want to remember the controls, not on a ledge perched above a cliff.
Okay.
Jump. What was there? Right. No, left trigger was fine aim.
Yeah, left triggers
fine aim.
is aiming. Right shoulder button is strafe. Then you have...
Left shoulder button does anything?
No, because I mean, there is a left shoulder button, but it's like, you don't use that on the original controller, so you don't use it here. And then the, sorry, I'm trying to grab my, oh, come on. My instruction booklet. There we go. My electronic instruction booklet.
Did triangle or the top face button do anything? Doesn't seem to.
No, I don't think Y and B do anything in this one. All right, let's see. So, sorry, it's C button left. So whenever I say C button, I mean the right control stick, because that is what the C buttons are linked to. So C button left, and then yeah.
I didn't make it. I messed up.
Can you not jump?
Oh wait,
yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Now I do in fact remember. Yeah, there are enemies. That's a rebel emblem. Alright. The glories of Nintendo 64 fog.
Hmm.
Oh! You're a thing.
Nice.
Where is it? Above me. It's here.
Going for a secret?
There's a emblem up here. I just don't remember how.
Uh-oh.
You're in trouble.
Game over. All right, let's
Also, your taskbar is up. Oh, there it
yeah, it's someone's messaging me. I don't know why they're messaging me right now, because they know that I'm playing the game right now. Well, Runo still isn't back, so I guess I'll take my turn.
Sorry, I'm back. I think I got my controller working. Here's hoping.
Let's see. Let's see if you did.
All right, I'm gonna load up Parsec.
Oh yeah, I need to load up Parsec.
Let's see, Parsec. Connecting to you, Merg.
There you are.
Now the jetpack's a bit floaty, but it's a jetpack, so it's supposed to be floaty.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, let's see. So, user 3 disabled, user 1. Is your controller on, Runo?
It is. The white light is glowing bright.
All right, let's double check here.
Why is it not showing up?
No.
We just need to figure out which input you are.
No, you're not actually showing up.
Oh. I mean, it's on and plugged in.
I only have 3 people on here. There are 3 controllers on here.
Can it only handle 3 people?
No, it can handle like 16 people.
I mean, it's on. It's plugged in. The bright
If
ass
you push
Xbox
the
box light is
button, does it bring up settings for the controller?
Yeah, try it.
brings up the Xbox game bar when I do that. So it's recognizing my controller, at least on my end.
Are you in Parsec? Like, are you in the window?
Yeah.
Here, let's try this. Bruno, I want you to use the directional keys on your keyboard to move around.
Directional keys on my keyboard to move around. Okay.
Okay, so you are in here. There you are. You are here.
There I am.
User 4. Try to move up and down on the directional pad.
Yeah, it's working.
All right, so let me go ahead and change names. We're going to skip me this time, and it's going to be you.
All right.
This is the mission that you're doing. So go ahead and press A.
Can I experiment with the controls real quick?
Yes, it's fine. You
So
can
I skip
skip
this
this.
cutscene?
Yeah, you can skip this. We've already seen this.
All right, let's give this a try.
Don't worry, it's you'll have some time. There's nobody at the beginning of this level. It's a long level, by the way.
That's cool.
No, there's people, so if you start like shooting or doing anything, they'll come for you, but it's not like they're particularly hard.
So for this one, you press start.
Okay, your usual move forward, turn.
All right, so
Yeah.
here's the buttons. Here's the buttons.
It's
You cannot
pseudo
control the
tank
camera. You can be first person if you want. So you found the switch camera button. There's no way to actually directly control the camera. You can't like move it around yourself. So the left trigger does things. What does the left trigger do again?
Fine aiming.
Oh yeah, fine aiming. So yeah, if you hold left trigger and move around, you won't move around, you'll just aim around.
Okay.
If you hold right trigger doesn't do anything, but right bumper is your strafe key. So you hold right bumper.
Oh,
It is-
thank God I can strafe.
It is also your use button. So you press that button to use like doors and switches.
I'm gonna die terribly. I want you all to know.
I would probably not be in first person, by the way.
How do I get behind myself? Oh, there we go.
You just scroll through the camera options.
Yeah, it's up. So the C buttons are all, you know, the Nintendo 64 has C buttons. Those are all bound to the right stick. So like up is C button up, left is C button left, down is C button down. Speaking of, down C button is crouch, as you have found. A is jump. X is fire. There is a little bit of an auto aim, just a tiny bit, kind of like in old Dark Forces.
Okay.
And then
Pretty good tactic when doing firefights is to strafe.
yeah, definitely
Because
strafe
they're
a lot.
also trying to like auto target you. So if you just move a bit, you'll get hit less.
Yeah.
This is so floaty and wonky.
It is. Yes,
He's really floaty.
he is. And that's basically it. Later on, you'll get a jetpack, but I'll go over that later.
That's later in the level, probably the midpoint, I think.
Oh, also, apparently the left bumper also changes your camera.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
As far as I can tell.
We'll never get paid if you stay here all day, sir.
Oops.
It's fine. Your regular laser gun,
Oh,
you
no.
have unlimited ammo, but the more you fire it, the less damage it does. And you have to, like, not fire it for a second so that it recharges. But you'll never run
I'm
out.
already half dead. God dang it.
You'll never run out. It just does less damage the more you fire it. This is the joys of Nintendo 64 games, Bruno.
I don't remember the controls being this awful.
They always were for this game.
So if anyone out there in unofficial capacity had any love for this game, any of the developers, they should have remastered it with modern controls.
I bet the PC version controls fine with the keyboard and mouse. But I opted not to do the PC version.
That feels like heresy with this game. You didn't play it with a mouse and
What the
keyboard.
crap? Oh my god, I'm dead.
You might want to go around. You can't go that way anyway.
Oh, I can't? Oh,
Nope.
dang.
It's too far. You can't jump that.
Ah!
Now, I don't remember if the rebel icons like give you health or not.
I don't think that they
What, do I
do.
wanna
The
jump
red ones
across,
do.
Or what?
Yeah. The red ones do, I think. Either they give you that or they give you an extra life. I remember. So you've just changed your weapon to a
I know.
seeker,
There's health right there.
which is limited. So
Oh, no, I'm dead.
you keep on pressing the wrong buttons.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a weird game. It's gonna be Craig. Who are you, Craig? Press up. You user 3.
Was 4, I thought.
No, Runo is 4. Craig is 1, maybe. Craig, are you here? Hello, Craig? Alright, we're gonna go to Lost Joke then.
Alright.
And you were this one, right?
I should be Xbox One, even though I'm not.
Alright.
That was Craig.
Craig, where the hell were you?
Yeah. I was AFK.
Oh, well, you gotta say so.
Whoops. That's crouch. Oh, there you go. That's one.
It's a really weird game, Runo. Don't feel bad. It's old. The controls are really
It's
bad.
old, it's always handled like butts.
Yeah.
Damn it. Like, even when it was current generation, it handled like ass.
All games that were like this back then were not good with a controller because nobody had figured out a good control scheme for third-person or first-person action games like this that didn't use keyboard and mouse.
Well, I mean, GoldenEye wasn't that bad, was it?
It was pretty bad.
I don't like GoldenEye's control scheme.
It was terrible.
I'm trying to think. There's got to be like at least one good shooter on N64.
I mean,
did
GoldenEye
have
was
a whole
was
bunch
the
of
good
different
shooter.
control schemes.
But they were all. This was before they kind of like really understood how to like get the control scheme for third-person and first-person shooter games down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still pretty much no man's land.
Yeah, we were talking about this
Pretty much,
last week. The first game to use what is the current standard, which is that the left stick moves you around and the right stick moves your camera, was the Alien Resurrection game for PS1. And everybody apparently at the time thought that it was a bad control scheme, or like it got bad reviews on the review circuit, like by critics, but it was good enough that everybody started using it. So
I mean, sometimes, like, depending on the game, they come up with technology that's really good, even though the game itself is really bad.
the funny thing is, I don't think the game itself is actually that bad. I think the game is fine. I think people just like couldn't get used to the new control scheme because they were I think used to something shitty like GoldenEye, and they were already used to
would
it.
have done fairly well nowadays.
You know.
I didn't think it was bad either, but I haven't played it in forever, so maybe I'm looking through rose-tinted glasses.
Oh, there is health right there. I didn't even notice. Did you see that?
Yeah,
To
I
your right?
commented it as
Oh.
as Runo was running by. I'm like, oh, there's health there.
Yeah, I knew I was dead, so I didn't bother.
It's alright.
I
You'll
think
have.
it would have only given you like 20 points of health. Make
Yeah,
it
it's
really
not
small.
much. It's fine. You'll have more chances. Plus, not every level is like this. Some levels are in the ship or doing other things.
Yeah, this game had a really big variety of like game themes.
Yeah. To give you an idea, Runo, I have the instruction book downloaded, and every single stage in the game has its own dedicated page with control scheme. Every single one has, every
Yeah.
single stage has its own control scheme, even though some of them are similar. Like all the on foot stages are similar to each other, but like
That was the wrong time to scratch my face. Oh, there's 2 of them.
you know you can pause the game. You were able to do
Pausing
that.
for suckers.
Nice. So we are currently we're in part 2 of 4. And we're oh no.
Oh! I couldn't see the edge.
In Gull Spaceport. Hold on. I'm not gonna what we're gonna do is this. Because
I had already gotten the challenge point.
that and because if we keep on the problem is when you game over, it's gonna be Craig.
There's a live system.
Yeah, there's a life system, and when you game over, you have to start from the beginning of the level, and these levels are long.
Yeah, the on-foot levels are very lengthy.
Go ahead, Craig. I think this is you. Unless this is me. Oh, it's me. Shit. You're user 3 then, aren't you? There you go.
I honestly don't remember much of the levels. I mean, obviously I remember the first Hoth level, but I don't really remember the ones between Hoth and here too much. For some reason, I seem to play just this level a lot.
Yeah, I remember this level specifically, and I remember Hoth, and like, that's basically it. And I don't even remember the entirety of this level. I remember this part where you're like in the canyon, and then that's it.
I remember. Well, I don't know if you can spoil like a fucking 30 or
No,
20-year-old game,
spoil the hell out of it. It's fine.
I remember a sewer level that was a real bitch.
Yeah.
And I remember like a hangar or like some kind of something like that where you fight an ATST and it's awful.
That was the level before. No, that was the Hoth level. The end of the Hoth level.
That was the end of the Hoth level.
Oh no,
yeah.
you if that is what I'm thinking, then you ain't seen nothing yet. If I'm thinking of it, there's a different level I think that is worse than that.
Yeah, it could be. It could very well be.
It wasn't the train level, was it? Because we did that one before here.
No, this is like a stationary, it's like a base or a hangar or something, like on ground level, not in space. And there's like I think it's an ATST or maybe it's Boba Fett or something. Something crazy goes after you, and like it's just awful.
Well, later in this level, you do in fact fight Boba Fett because that's.
Maybe I'm mixing up.
Spoilers!
Okay.
Oh my god, you guys! The funny thing is, every 2-page spread for every level that this instruction booklet has, it tells you exactly what's going to happen. So Gull Spaceport, it gives a little description, and then it says objective, infiltrate the base, whatever. There is a mini boss, and then there is a boss, and it tells you exactly who they are. There's no concept of not spoiling the game in this. You just get to know it.
Well, I mean, we got the information from IG-88 that Boba Fett is here. So that's why we're here, is to have a little chat with Boba Fett. And do you think in any sort of instance, Boba Fett was just willing to have a little chat that didn't involve his gun?
No, I guess not.
That would be like if you, I don't know, that's like having a trailer for Star Wars where it's like, oh, by the way, Darth Vader is Luke's father. Like, what is the point? Where is the suspense?
They would do
every bad guy in the entire universe has met Vader.
They would spoil that plot point in a trailer if Star Wars came out now.
Sure.
I hope not. If that was a major reveal like that was in one of the trailers, like something akin to that, I would have been super, like, even more pissed.
They would either spoil it in the trailer or like 5 minutes after the trailer comes out, there would be 50 YouTube videos, reaction videos that like open with Darth Vader is Luke's father revealed, with like revealed all in caps.
I really don't like spoiler culture.
I also don't like
that whole mindset in general, and just whatever, man.
It's really asshole-ish. That's all there is to it. If you spoil things intentionally and you don't give any sort of window between when the thing comes out and when you spoil shit, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
The other thing I don't like is I don't like reaction videos. Like, I don't get why I'm getting excited for this person being excited about something that I was already excited about.
It's validation, I think. It's you're excited about it and you want other people to be excited about it so that you can validate that you are okay to be excited about it.
It's the idea of knowing something that someone else doesn't. So you get to like, you know, like share that or a kind of, you know, more or less show off,
Craig.
hey, I know some. No, don't do it. You can't jump that far.
I'll give you a free life. It'll give you a free life. You can continue. If you don't make it, you can continue.
You won't make it.
I think you can make it. I think you can possibly make it.
No.
Try jumping backwards, like turn around and see how far you can jump before you try jumping down there. Oh, maybe that's a bad idea.
Just do it. Just do it. Just get a good big running start and do it.
All right. Save.
I did already. I saved earlier. Oh, no. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Go ahead. Continue on. It seems like it's one of those things like remember in Mario Kart 64 there was a way to like completely skip whole sections of the track if you knew exactly where to jump?
Yeah, that was just, you know, timing your jump. That's not timing your jump. That's you're not going to make it, but we're going to
timing your death.
We're just going to tease you with it. Told you, I've played this level more times than I should have.
That's fair.
Probably the source of why I want a good Star Wars game, you know, like have an adventure. Fallen Order is pretty much as close as I can get with.
Fallen Order was a pretty good game.
I just prefer not having to be a smelly Jedi.
I want to be a Sith.
Technically, he's not a Jedi, though. He was only trained as a Jedi, but didn't finish his training. So
hey, so was Kyle Katarn, but we sure did a lot of, hey, I'm a Jedi now.
Kyle Katarn wasn't a Jedi. He was just a guy with a lightsaber with a lot of questions. How many times do we have to go over this?
Luke said that you're a Jedi, that he was a Jedi. And whatever Luke said, oh look, a Dwampa.
Is that what he said?
No. No. Luke does not have ADD.
Luke has said a lot of things.
Why isn't this thing dying?
It's a Dwampa. It takes a lot of. It's a desert Wampa. It takes a lot of.
Yeah, the Wampas just are blaster sponges.
No, that's great.
That's the only one.
I thought there was another one.
I think there's another one if you're playing on a higher difficulty. Because I also remember there actually being 2 here.
Yeah, Runo, can you imagine that we as kids 100% of this game by playing it on Jedi difficulty and getting everything? We did that as kids, Runo.
You too?
I did. Craig did. I don't know if Lost Oak did.
I didn't because I didn't own the game, but I did. My cousin had it, so probably why I played this level specifically a lot, because he played it, so he knew the levels, and it always ended up here for some reason. Because I know for certain I hadn't played that train level, and I probably would have died a lot.
I don't think I got pretty far, but I think it's that level I was talking about where shit just goes south real bad, real fast. I don't think I ever beat that level, and it made me rage and just never play the game again and never beat it.
I'm not looking forward to the level after this, though.
What's that one again?
The swoop level.
Yep. Swoop level. I loved swoops when I was a kid. I thought they were the coolest thing. Like, they were so much cooler looking than the speeder bikes.
Like, you remember the speeder bike level in Jedi Academy, right? Picture that, but in tight quarters.
Those were
that
actually
sounds like
swoops.
fun.
Those were actually swoops, by the way. Those weren't speeder bikes. They were swoops in Jedi Academy.
Same thing.
Okay, you can just kind of casually walk over there.
There's no such thing as casually walking in this game.
He's Dash Rendar. He can't casually do anything.
Okay, then I was trying to make a joke, but it was falling apart as I was dwelling on the fact that his name is Dash, so he has to dash everywhere.
Yep. Oh, we were also,
kind of an... Oh no!
The way he handles is the exact reason why I don't like this cliff level much.
All right, I'm going to take my turn, and then from here on, we're going to go normal.
What is
Okay.
normal?
Normal turns.
I really feel like this game wouldn't be so bad if it just had a modern third-person control scheme.
Merv,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no, it'd be
cry
fine.
if I like look at the PC version gameplay after this, and it's so much smoother.
It probably is.
It probably is, but that's fine.
Graphics are better too.
Yeah.
Because I probably would have done
Probably.
full like 1080p on the PC version. But I like
What made you-
the look of old games. I like the look of old games on old hardware, which is why I have these effects.
They made it to be handled on CRT
Yeah.
screens.
They actually, because the thing is with old games up through the Nintendo 64 era, they made games with the intention of them being on CRT, and they took those kinds of things into account, which is why if you play like an old SNES game super crisp and clean on your PC, that's not what it looked like back then, because that's not what it's supposed to look like, because they took into account things like scan lines and the fuzziness of CRTs.
Which is probably why they have to, anytime they bring like an old like retro like 64 PlayStation game to PC, they have to update the graphics.
Yeah.
And sometimes when they do that, it looks a little weird.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a comparison shot for the original Sonic the Hedgehog, and they had like this nice looking like transparent waterfall, and if you look at that on an old CRT, it looks
That
great.
happens sometimes. We don't get the screen every time.
But if you do it on a PC with like crisp, clean graphics, there's something down there.
I think that's. I think it's around the corner.
Then it looks weird. It
about
looks
a
like
droid.
weird and blocky and like wrong.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I lord this game over, like fond memories. I just remember playing it a lot.
That guy just shot his friend.
I think that
Good
can
job.
happen.
Sounded
I
like he
remember that
got hurt
one's
when he got
fine.
shot.
Pretty sure it's time. Turrets in here.
Speaking of video game technology, you know something that like a game engine that I thought was amazing, but no one really tried to adapt much, like do much with it after it came out?
Is that
What's that?
The Red Faction, like whatever engine they were using, the destructibility in that game is friggin' amazing.
I remember being told that Red Faction was like the game for environment destruction.
yeah.
It is. Especially, the weird thing is, the first game was like the most destructive of all of them. It had the most destructive potential, and then they like progressively had less and less as the games went on.
Remember an old boss of mine was talking about Red Faction, is how it was like, if you wanted, you could literally just tunnel around the enemies and go at them from behind.
That's what
I
I've
was like-
done several times.
It's like, really? You just mole man it out?
Yeah. So, okay, imagine you have like an explosive weapon and you have, let's say, like enemies across like a bridge. So what you could do is, instead of going across the bridge and facing them head on, you could tunnel through the wall beside the bridge, emerge on the other side of the platform, and just blast them from behind. Don't ask me how they don't know you're coming, but that was a thing you could do. It was really fun in PvP too, because you could make like little hidey holes in the walls and drop down on people and just massacre them.
So I think if you wait for Dash to like get sight of an enemy and raise his gun, he'll have the most accuracy.
Got that
I
guy.
think I only ever played Red Faction Gorilla, which doesn't have terrain destruction, but has really good building destruction.
Yeah, the building
It's fine.
destruction in the later games was really good, but you straight up like couldn't blow up like the the environment around you, which was kind of weak.
Yeah.
Bad Company 2 had a similar, like, really good system of destroying buildings and stuff. That was a
Remember how
really
we get
fun
down
game. I
here?
have a lot of hours in that game.
Oh man, I loved Bad Company. Never played 2.
2 was, in my opinion, was the gunplay was better, but it wasn't as good mechanically. Like, I think from what I saw, 1 had more extensive destruction, and ouch. 2 had less destruction but better building destruction, but better like core gameplay and gunplay.
Worth it.
I did have a lot of, I think I have like 200 or 300 hours into Bad Company 2.
A friend of mine would talk about the multiplayer matches he had in Bad Company 1 were so great that, you know, if you had what was it, the stim pack, you know, where they hit their chest with the hypo needle.
Mhm.
One of his favorite things is sometimes like the tank would shoot him as he stuck his chest, and so he just blew up, and he's like, "Oh no, I equipped the explosion needle."
That was the wrong needle, wrong stim pack.
This isn't my parachute.
One of my favorite things to do in Bad Company 2, maybe it was one of the later Battlefields, but you could literally blow like helicopters out of the air by planting explosives on like another vehicle, like a ground vehicle, and launching them into the helicopters and stuff. So like you could plant like C4 on like a, I don't know, like a Humvee or something, and launch them up into the air and take out like low flying jets and helicopters.
That sounds like some kind of shenanigans I'd pull in, what was it, Battlefield 1942?
42 is the original.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was the first.
Well, I guess the remade one, because I know they did release
43
a
was the
version of
remade
it for Xbox Live. Me and a bunch of coworkers picked that up, and we were just playing the hell out of it for a while.
Oh yeah, that was a good game.
I don't usually get into really. I did play Xbox Live a lot, but I didn't really get too much into the Battlefield games. But that one was pretty fun. There you go.
I mostly played it on PC.
I played.
Another thing. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Another thing I really like to do is you needed a friend to help you, but if you put like more C4, like a ton of C4 on like a really fast vehicle, like a, I forget what they had, but like a moped or something, you could have somebody strap C4 to your vehicle. Oh no.
I'm gonna die.
What if you kill
And then
that?
like
Oh, there it is. Health there.
bank off an incline and launch your vehicle into the air, and similarly to before, what I was talking about before, you can have your friend detonate the C4 while your vehicle is flying at like a helicopter or a tank and whatnot, and just blow them up with your C4 loaded Humvee. I mean, moped or whatever.
I think that's a point you get after you get the jetpack.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go someplace else. I was trying to figure out if there's any other place to go.
Pulling off that kamikaze run type tactic a few times myself.
It was always really, really funny to see it in action. That always got me.
Yes, thank you. So I played Battlefield 1942, the original, shit ton, like absolute crazy amount of time I spent in that game. So much so that I was on a clan, and I can't remember what it's called, but we would practice things like capture the flag. We would do this thing where someone would lone infiltrate their way into like the other base, and then say, okay, I'm ready, and then go get the flag, and at that same time someone else in a plane would fly down right at the flag, and that person would exit the plane while it's still going, like I'm talking about like a nosedive, and they would exit the plane, and then the person with the flag would immediately get in the plane as it was still going, and then like, you know, hit the throttle and continue on. and that would be how we'd successfully steal a flag. So it was like one smooth
That's
motion.
Insane.
We practiced the hell out of that.
That's really cool.
We also we did a lot of I'm low on health. Should I save? No.
Yeah, might as well.
No, we still have more lives, so.
Okay.
There was one bridge on Wake Island that we would constantly try to fly under without like crashing, and we had one person who would do like loop-de-loop. So he would fly like upside down and do like a reverse loop over it, and then fly into it again. It was like insane.
Amazing.
It was crazy. It was crazy the shit that you could do in the original Battlefield.
The only game that the only Battlefield game, like the older ones, that I didn't really get to play much of, and I regret not playing it, is uh-oh.
I forgot that he was there. All right.
It's all good.
It's fine. We're right here. I'm gonna it's fine. Runo, it's gonna be you. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
You're 4. 4. So this should be you.
Battlefield 2142.
I never played that. I actually have to AFK a second, so I'll be right back.
How do I fly?
Right thumbstick, click it to the left.
Oh god, this is complicated.
And then press jump to go up. But you kind of want to manage your reserves. Like, don't go over there from here. You want to go up the tower for extra height. Because I don't think you'll make it in time.
Okay.
You also have to fly over there to get a challenge point. That's way up in the sky.
Okay.
No, don't get it.
Don't?
It's mandatory.
No, it's not mandatory. Stop trying to kill Runo.
Your face is trying to kill.
My face is doing the opposite of trying to kill Runo.
Oh no. Why? Why? It wasn't activating?
You can activate it before you actually, like, leave the platform.
Well, I died, so, shit. Should I try again?
I mean, you can keep going until Merg gets back, and then we can decide where to go from there.
Yeah, that's fine, because I don't want to just stand here like a doofus.
I mean, you could practice with the jetpack in a safe place, away from gravity.
I think I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this, fam. Okay, I got it now.
There you go. Now there's closer platforms directly in front of you, but you can't see them. So they'll be to your left.
Did you see that dot way up in the sky to the right?
I am back.
Welcome back. I died. You might want to switch over to Craig.
You're still playing though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I died.
Just go. Just go. I'll switch to Craig after you do. Again.
Okay.
Speaking of Battlefield, or rather Battlefront. Oh, nice catch though. Jesus Christ.
Whoops, you just fired a bunch of Seekers.
Oh.
I had the wrong gun. Shit.
It's
How do I switch?
Up, I think. Control, yeah. It's fine. You probably wanted to kill the thing pretty quick anyway. I forgot to bring this up last week, but apparently they announced that they're not going to be doing any more updates for Battlefront 2.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Oh, I missed it.
You already have 100 health.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But it's weird because at the same time, or rather, right after that, they announced a update for the original Battlefront, on PC that gave it
old Battlefront.
Yeah, the original Star Wars Battlefront, the old version that went ahead and made it available to play online again.
What the fuck? Awesome.
They like updated it so that you could actually play it now.
Because they took the servers down for that, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. I think the only way to play it has been to do like weird things to it. You could still play Battlefront 2, I think, the original one, but not the original one. But yeah. Who designed this place that requires jetpacks to get around?
The Empire. We've played many games to establish that the Empire does not design things very well.
There it is. There it is.
What's this?
That's secret ammo, I think. No, it's a pulse cannon.
Oh, pulse cannon.
We don't have that yet.
Well, we have it now. I think you don't need to
Stage
find it. You just need
complete.
to get the ammo for it, I think.
Oh, God, that was awful.